Hi families, I'm Allison Miller, an ELA facilitator with Gaston County, and this is my math counterpart, Laura Clausen. Today we are going to share some more ideas for you to work on with your child. And I'm going to start with ELA, and I'm going to read this standard because this standard is a mouthful and it's full of lots of little pieces that are important. The standard says to explain events, procedures, ideas, or concepts in a historical, scientific, or technical text, including what happened and why, based on specific information in the text. So now you can see why I read that. But that's asking a lot of your student. It's asking them to think about different types of text and then different things that are happening within the text. It may be an event in a technical text, like maybe a how-to text. It would ask for the procedures or different ideas that are happening within a scientific or historical text. And so we're continuing with those informational standards because the test, the EOG test, is largely made up of information text. It's about 50% of the test is informational standards. So we are going to spend a good bit of time in fourth grade on those standards. There's also on the newsletter, there's a link to a video that helps explain in more detail what each of those types of text are and then those different ideas. And then an activity that you can use with your child is an article about the invention of television. So that might be an interesting topic for you to talk about with your child. And then some questions to help you see what those question types might look like on the EOG.
And in math, your student is going to begin working with fractions. So fractions are always fun, and they're actually going to be in this unit through March, until about the middle of March. So you're going to hear a lot about fractions in January and February. When they begin, they're going to start with NF1, and NF1 is making equivalent fractions. They need a lot of concrete models when they're working with fractions, and our standard states that students should work with area and length models. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, when we were in school, we were just taught how to multiply to make equivalent fractions. And that is a great strategy. But before students are ready for that strategy, they really need to understand how to do it with concrete models. So that's why the standard specifically says area and length models. And that's also how they're going to be assessed on the end of grade tests. They're going to have the model with the question. So it's important that they have that practice and that they're able to practice that way with you at home. So I have included a video for you that you can watch to practice with area and length models yourself and watch with your child. And then there is a worksheet so that you can see the way the area and length models look. And just when you're looking at recipes, you could talk about, okay, this is 2/3. What's equivalent to 2/3? And get out some measuring cups. So there's a lot of things of fractions at home and in everyday life that you can relate with your child in order to make equivalent fractions.